Elisa, you can move. Ayasha dharmasya sarvadharma sarupine avataro varishthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha Yathagne ridhaika shakti Ramakrishne stita hija Sarva vidya sarupang tang Saradang pranamamyaham. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We salute Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and Mother Sarada Devi. So today it is a singular class on Karma Yoga. You had a series of reading. I do not know what that class you are discussing. But here Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga. First of all, let us understand what is karma and why we do karma. Why we do work? Karma means work. Why we need to do work? Simple question. Why do we do work? What will be the response?
Because it's a part of living.
Huh?
It's a part of living. It's a part of living.
Huh?
Part of living.
No. It is the purpose is that I need something. I work. Why do I work? That means I have some desire. And I have desire to do something, and how it can be fulfilled, we then get into action. The action is prompted by desire. Karma, no one does any karma if there is no need. You go to earn money. Why do you go to earn money? There is a need. And that is propelling force that guides us. So desire is the propelling force behind action. So normally we are all bound, ordinary bound people in bondage. We are propelled by our vasanas, it's called this impulses. That impulses come from our actions. We create our character. So karma, Swami Vivekananda's first chapter says, karma in its effect on character. What type of karma you do and what environment you are, what is your mental attitude that creates your own character. So Swami Vivekananda started with that idea that karma means work. The goal of mankind is not karma. The goal of mankind is to get in knowledge. That is the one ideal placed before us by the Eastern philosophers. As pleasure and pain before his soul, they leave upon it different pictures. Say, we have all the impressions coming. We are doing work, and some impression is coming in our mind. A pain experience is one, pleasure experience is that. So Swamiji says, as pleasure and pain pass before the soul, they leave upon different pictures, and the result of these combined impressions is what is called man's character. Our character is built. You become a pious person, you become a soft person, you become a very rude person. How does it make our character? That character is all the experiences through ego, pleasure and pain. If I get some pain, then I try to avoid that type of karma, that type of environment. and again you get again and again the same type of reaction, then our mind and character changes. So Swamiji says this character, it is if you take the character of any person, it really is but the aggregate of the tendencies, the sum total of the bend of the mind. Our character is, I would say, good character person. That means its bend of mind is toward goodness. So we do work fundamentally because we have some desire to work, desire to reach. If you have no desire, you don't do that work. No one works foolishly if there is no need of it. So, whole Buddhistic philosophy also based on this. Karma brings birth. Why you are born? Because you unfulfilled desire. We think that we are not fulfilled. We will be fulfilled. I have no money. If I get money, I will be fulfilled. I have no education. If I get education, I will be fulfilled. If I have no name and fame or prestige, if I get prestige, I will be fulfilled. So this is the urge behind our all actions. Any action we do, there is this urge. And this urge is possible because it's a tendency, it goads us. Say, a child is born, you can see the character. One child is very humble, peaceful, joyful, smiling, feeling for other children. He has not got anything from this world. 2 children in a kindergarten school. They have no idea. One is fighting, one is pushing someone, making a little disturbance. Someone is very peacemaking. Where they are working from? It is coming from their past tendencies. And that past tendency is forming them to act. Therefore, this karma theory philosophy is that we can change our character. What we are, because of our past action, we can do such action that we can transcend this. And we can be a spiritual person, we can be an illumined person, we can be a brute, we can be a vulgar idiot. Everything is possible according to my propensities of action. So what action so action, karma, has a tremendous impact on our character building, and character building is ultimately can lead us to a person of spiritual nature or a lower nature. So karma, that's why it is so, to understand, whatever we do, that immediately there is a reaction, but that reaction does not finish that karma. It keeps a remnant in our heart. It is called this residual. Residual karma, its impression remains in the mind and they gather there in a subtle way. It is there. That's why a person from the childhood feels certain attraction for certain things and don't feel attraction for the same. Each one has a different tendency because their past actions and fulfillment of so-called desires have given them some experience, and that experience guides their life. So it is said, studying the great characters of the world we have produced, in the vast majority of cases, it will be found that it was misery that taught more than happiness. It was poverty that taught more than wealth. It was blows that brought out their inner fire more in praise. In life we find teacher, who is our greater teacher? Greater teacher is this: when you go to suffering, pain, agonies, when you find that there is nobody around you, you are struggling alone. So there your inner force, inner energy comes up and your direction is set much more. When people in plenty, more eating, sleeping and dancing and that type of funny days, they don't have to think about anything. Character does not build up there. This character only grows more strong, which you call character, only pure character, noble character, through the suffering. So suffering and pleasure and pain both create a tendency in us. In many cases it is not discovered but remain covered, and when the covering is being slowly taken off, we say we are learning, and the advance of knowledge is made by the advance of this process of uncovering. So there is something in us which is covered, and that way I think that I am imperfect, and that's why I am seeking to fulfill my desires this way, that way, that way, that way, that way, and failing ultimately on all direction. Then we try to go to a direction to lift the veil, not to be in the path of the world, but to the path of the divine. So all the karmas, all the actions, good and bad, it takes a resultant direction. Swamiji gave the example of a football. So you give the blow here and there with the knock, with the head, with the shoulder, with the hair, with legs, no? And the ball gets the momentum. This direction, that direction, that direction, that direction. Ultimately, the ball goes out in one direction. It is the accumulation of all other forces which was given to the ball. So see, our life also, good action, bad action, all this, whatever we do, consciously or unconsciously, it creates a momentum in our life. And that is the way the subtle body leaves this body and moves. And that tendency is created, and that tendency leads us to the next life. Now, karma, as we see, for millions of people, this karma always is a question of bondage. It binds us. We do everyday karma. How many people find deep joy and peace? After coming out of your meditation, you feel refreshed. That can you come out of your work and feel that same refreshing spirit? No. Yeah. But it can be, mind can be trained in such way. Coming out of your work, you're cleaning the floor, cleaning the toilet, you'll feel that you have done a great job, great service, great puja. That is the karma can be transformed into that level. We are talking about today some Premananda, no? Baburam Maharaj. Baburam Maharaj used to do work, but his heart was totally dedicated to Ramakrishna. It's every action, there is no low and high. There is no spiritual and non-spiritual. It is all, because it is all service to God. So this attitude, he brought the same karma which was creating bondage and suffering can be a source of release and freedom. As we said just now, you can do a work haphazardly, then your mind is not concentrated. It's not focused. You are not thinking that you are doing for some noble cause. That means how the mind should be concentrated, how the mind should be perfected, and mind should be, what is the perfection? Not to work for the world. If you work for the world, you will be worldly. If you work for God, you will be godly. So how to think? Is this whole world? The world is created by God. Not by you, not by me. So every action is to be transformed into an idea of service. So this character building thing is our work. Work is a tool to build our character, and that character each can follow our own tendency, and through our own tendency we can find a path to freedom. So each in our action, we sometimes really, in our day-to-day life, we always fail to understand that we make a hierarchy of the action. Noble action, lower, even noble action, even you are doing then suppose you read a Vedanta book and with a Shankara's commentary, you think that you have really done a good job, spiritual job. But when you are giving a cup of glass of water or cup of tea to somebody, you think it is what type of work? It is just secular work. With this secular and spiritual, these two tendencies are there, which is in the back of all our motivation. So therefore, to think that every service is service to God. So there is no high and no low, because it is all, each person is great. Each life is great. Householder life, someone is in householder life. Householder life is ideal, householder life is very difficult. Ideal monastic life is very difficult. But try your best. Ideal. But you can start at certain point and see how it can work. So each would think that everyone is great in their own place. Then is the next chapter Swami Vivekananda discusses. Each is great. Swami Vivekananda said there, who is great? A great orator, no? He is great. But a great sweeper is no great. It is sweeping work. If he is perfection, his perfection and his perfection, both are difficult. To attain to the perfection of it, to become a very good professor, teacher, and to be a perfect in your job in shoe polishing, shoe shining, is difficult. Can a shoe shiner, a professor, can shine the shoes as bright as the shoe shiners do? So how can you say it is low? He is best in his job. And you are a teacher, you are best in your teaching. So question is that high and low is in our mind. Swami Vivekananda said, each is great in his own place. If you do your job perfectly, you are great there. You need not have to cultivate another's tendency, another's job. People change, this is bad, I should have to go to that job. Yeah, job situation for money reason you go, that's a different thing. But thinking this is lower, this is higher, this is better, this is our mental construct. So we have to think that every action is leading to perfection. So that perfection is the key point of your karma. How perfectly you can do. See, Swami Vivekananda said, if you can make a perfect chilim of smoke, then you can realize God. If you can do it perfectly. So that is the question. Anything we do, that perfection is the point. And
some person, suppose working for advertisement company, and his job is to write perfect advertisement of alcohol. So now to attract people and make people alcoholic is his job.
yeah.
So if we can write the advertisement perfectly to attract people.
If he does not think about what is the outcome of this, only doing perfectly, it is given to me, I do it, finish. A military person, you are in a military job, no? And your commander says, kill. It is good or bad? The soldier who is ordered, he does not get the effect of good and bad. He is in this discipline, and that discipline is the rule there.
But the scriptures say that the sin of the king comes to the subtle.
That is final level. But come to the grosser level first, and then you go to the subtler level. That will be true. Any action will have something. But you know, as I give the example, if you have no ego sense, then you are not affected by that. A child does something wrong, no one takes the child to the court and punishes him. No, because he has not developed the ego sense. So
the intention behind the job is
intention behind is more important.
To do good, to make it your free job, even if the work is
not so good outside. So doing that is very important. And in the Karma Yoga ideal, if one can remove the ego and do karma, then its effect will not. Entire Gita says, you work and you go. Arjuna is killing. What about that? He's killing how many people? But killing, not killing. You don't think you are killing. You are ordained to do that, you are doing your duty. Just do your duty, keep your ego apart. Then when I bring my ego, my attachment comes, my anger comes, my frustration comes, all my human emotions start working there. So this is a very important point, a good question. When you are confronted with doing something which is not a good job, good social activity, at the beginning we will say, don't take that job. If you can, you have the alternative, avoid that. But when you really mature in your attainment of Karma Yoga ideal, when you are not doing anything by your ego-driven forces, ego drives us. I want this. No? So that I is so dominant, and my action is oriented towards that, according to fulfill my vasana, my desire, then it will have its impact. I am doing. But the machine does not. Do anyone any time punish the gun? Gun is gun. Gun is a machine. It can save some life with bullet triggering. It can help someone, and it can kill someone. That's why it is called egoless work. Egoless work is the Karma Yoga ideal. But we cannot do that to raise ourselves in that level. That's why he said, whatever karma comes in you, try to do that as service to God. And then what will happen? This ego will not come in between and inflict our pure tendency. It will bring that condition that it is, I am nobody. It is I am to do as Baburam Maharaj used to say, I am nothing, I am nothing. It is everything is the Lord, everything is Ramakrishna, everything is Ramakrishna. So in our life, if we can really apply that principle, then karma binds, because I want this and I did it. As I did some bad karma, naturally its consequence will come to me. I did some good karma, its consequence will come to me. But if you give it to God, it does not come to you. It goes to the God's account. Is it not? So even in office work you do, your boss is there. You do your work and report to your boss, sir, today's work is done this much and this much I have done. Any question, they say, okay, no, do this way, it is not perfect. Go and do it. Every day if we can do the work, even in our working place, and give the report to the boss and finish my duty, then you can sleep well. But if you keep that in your brain, your sleep will be disturbed. You come back home, that time they are not paying you. When you have to sleep or to cook or to do your own homework, but you are carrying that load on your mind. But if it was such a boss is there above you, and this is, you report every day, okay, you asked me to do, sir, I did with sincerity, this is the result, so this much you give the report. And tomorrow we'll start again. If that means to give is very difficult. To give whatever our tendencies are very difficult. But karma is, instead of binding, it can. Therefore, the secret of work is that you do karma, but don't get entangled. Do karma, don't get entangled. It's very difficult, no, how to do karma and not get entangled. Naturally, we are habituated with any action we do, reaction comes. That is very natural. But you do action, but no reaction. That is the egolessness. Detachment. You know, the tailor in the bank, that person handles maybe 1 million today. does he feel that I am a rich person, I am handling $1 million? But if he handles his own $50,000, only $50,000, not million, 50,000, my money, he counts it and feels how much connection with that money. It is handling the money remaining the same. There's more money in that bank to handle with. But it's my money versus bank money. My money versus other creditors, those accounts is their money. So I don't care. If it goes, it reduces, it lost, what you call the share market goes up and down, I'm not affected. But in my case, even I have $1,000, so I lose, I gain, and I feel the consequences. So handling the money is not the question, but our association with it is the question. Our attachment is the question. So if we look at every phase of life, we can analyze that what is the cause of our suffering? Not the work, not the situation. It is only our attitude towards that. But it is very difficult. Only those who have practiced long this type of practice, that it is all not mine, not mine, not mine, not mine, then you get released from that reactions and actions of that. And do your duty. Sometimes it is very important. Anything, what is duty? What is my duty? Duty, scriptures will say many duties we have. But in your life, whatever comes in front of you as a duty, do it. And finish it. And as soon as finish, wash your hand up. Don't seek, don't avoid. Don't seek, don't avoid. In journey of life, things come and face what is coming and just handle that and give it to God. So this is called detachment and karma yoga. And this karma yoga, by how we can do that karma yoga, we cannot reach in this higher level. Therefore we start doing karma, which is good, which is auspicious, no? Everyone does karma for their own benefit. We spiritual people will say, they start doing charity. You earn money, you are giving to somebody. You are in, someone is in difficulty, you are helping them. So that karma starts by helping others. I am becoming unselfish. And that unselfishness continues. My question comes, why I shall be unselfish and give away my things? Because me and mine is creating this trouble. So if you give away, then your unselfishness progresses, your expansion of the heart happens. So we help ourselves, not the world. We think that we are helping the world. Suppose you give some donation or give some charity, give some service. Well, we think that, yes, one should feel rather than doing bad karma, I have done something good karma. That's a good thing. But that's not enough to become spiritual, to be free from all bondage. So how to do that? That you think that you are doing work. For whom? We help ourselves. We think that we are benefiting others, but we are helping ourselves. When you do any service to anyone, you are getting the benefit because you are getting the opportunity to expand your heart. Swami Vivekananda said that why there is so much suffering in the world, the suffering is there to make you great. Well, why? There is so much suffering and for making me great, yes. You would think of yourself only. Now when you see that someone is suffering, your heart will be little feeling the suffering of that person, and you will feel for that person, and your heart will open to do something for that person. So when you do for somebody, then you are really becoming spiritual. Unselfishness is God, selfishness is worldliness, no? We are bound by our selfishness. So we have to transcend our selfishness, small s, into big S. Small s, me, mine, my money, my wealth, my home, my car, my property, my friends. Versus, it is God's, 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 no? This is the transformation should come. So one should feel that we help ourselves and we think that we are going to help the world. Many people have the idea, I'll make a change in the world and I'll help the world. But you are not. You cannot do. The world is so big. You can do nothing. You have very limited capacity. Therefore, we help ourselves by doing anything we do, any good thing we do, by helping ourselves, because it helps me to purify my mind, to purify my all thoughts and actions. And as the mind becomes purified by selfless action, then mind becomes cleaner and cleaner, like a mirror. You can see your face. The dust and dart of the mind can be released from there. Then comes what? Non-attachment is complete self-abnegation. Then comes, you do work gradually every day and offer to God, offer to God, offer to God. Do your duty as it comes and then hands off. This type of attitude, purifying the heart, and it will lead ultimately to non-attachment, and you will not be attached to anything because you are doing for God. So you will not want anybody's praise or want anybody's blame. We get affected by that. No, we did something and we feel that I have done so much, but no one gave me the thanks. No, I need some inspiration to say good thing. Here you've done a good job, but no one does that. In Indians, normal style is that don't give thanks. It appears very rude. In Indian culture, mom, in this country, the baby gets anything, we teach them, hey, give thanks. So mom gives something, you give thanks. Mom, I thank you, you did it for me. But India, if you call any mother, the child says, mother, I thank you. The mom will look at the baby and child, what you're talking? What thanks for? Thank is to be given who is outsider. You are my child. It is my duty to do. I give more love. Why thanks? Philosophically, apparently, those who are thankless people, selfish people, they don't give thanks. In that respect, this Western attitude is good. For everything, you learn to give thanks to someone or other. Now, if you move further, a stage comes, mother giving the baby service day and night. Baby gives any thanks? Mom does not feel bad because baby could not give thanks. But the baby becomes an adult, an adult does not give thanks, then what happens to the mother? Same baby has become grown because his ego has gone up and he knows himself, and so he should give thanks. But if the love grows deep, then there is no question of giving thanks. Who will give? It is you and me are one. Mother and the mom and the baby, they feel identification, no? Baby's suffering is mom's suffering. Anything happening to the baby smiling, mom smiles. So it is all as if one thing in two expression. So this is the point, that the idea should be, it is by this love grows, then this type of expectation goes away. And you don't have to wait for anyone's recognition or non-recognition. You knew you did it for somebody who is your own. You do some service to your hand every day, washing and cleaning, putting cream. The hand gives you thanks. You feed when you are hungry, the stomach gives you thanks. No, because it is you, all through you. Similarly, when that identification comes with the world, that is all me. That's the Karma Yoga, its background is Vedanta. Why you do work? Ultimately, it is I am serving myself. As I am taking bath, I am eating food, I am cooking, I am driving for my own purpose, it is for me only. I don't give thanks to myself. So similarly, the whole world is not, it is my real me. And in that I am serving, the idea of serving, then that becomes perfect. There all your expectation goes, people praise, blame or whatever they did, it means nothing, and then one becomes perfectly peaceful and joyful. So there comes non-attachment. So learn to work with non-attachment. And how to learn a non-attachment? Attachment means expectation is there. Think that it is you are being served. I am serving myself. In this body or that body is also my body. The Upanishad declares that God, Lord, has one God, Lord, has thousands and millions of heads. Sahasra, Shirsha, Purusha, that Purusha, that consciousness, that reality, works in the world in million heads. In million hands he works. One person working through million hands. It is his hand. Your hand is his hand. So it is he is working in through millions of eyes. He sees. So everything, it is the Lord. Purusha, Sahasraksha, Sahasrapat, Sabhuming Vishyato Vritva. That reality interspersing and expanding into the ins and outs of this earth, no? Sabhuming Vishyato, Attatishtat, and stands in his own glory, an absolute unchanging self. This is the Upanishad discussing about that. He appears in millions of heads. He works through millions of hands. He walks through millions and billions and trillions of legs. No? Every leg is his leg. In the cosmic view of the knowledge of the Supreme. And therefore, what you are doing, you are serving whom? You are serving the same God. You are serving your own feet. You are serving your own eyes. You are serving your own hand. It's like serving others is the same. You the same. The karma transforms into spirituality. It's called the Vijnanavada, no? This philosophy of Vijnana. What you are saying, you are serving nothing but the divine. This end result is this. But if this conception is kept in the mind, then every service can be a service of joy. After being tired, dead tired, but you know you have done for yourself, not for anybody. We normally think, I did it for this company, I did it for this home, my husband, I did it, for my wife I did it, for my child I did it. That's our expectation. And naturally, if I did for them, really, you sacrifice your time, energy and everything. You should get a praise. You should get a raise monetarily, or your position should be improved. One position to the manager position to the general manager position, to CEO position. You should be promoted like that. Yes, those are the way of the world. It will have to work in that line in the outside. But your internal attitude should be, everything I am doing is I am serving myself. I am serving myself. Because there is no you, no many. So that should be the ultimate philosophy of doing, and that brings freedom. Karma should bring freedom. So let me go to reading few pages. Let us see how Swamiji talks about. the freedom. Karma, in addition to meaning work, we have stated that psychologically the word karma also implies causation anyhow. Our universe is that portion of the existence which is characterized by what the Sanskrit psychologists call deso kala nimitto. Swamiji has brought very high philosophy. To acquire freedom, we have to get out, get beyond the limitations of this universe. So, you have to get freedom, you have to get beyond this universe of name and form and causality. It cannot be found here. In this world you cannot find perfect equilibrium. Perfect equilibrium, or what Christians call the peace that perisheth all understanding, cannot be had in this universe, nor in heaven, nor in any place where our minds and thoughts can go, where the senses can feel, or which the imagination can conceive. No such place can give us the freedom, because all such places would be within our universe, and it is limited by space, time and causation. There may be places that are more ethereal than this earth of ours, where enjoyments may be keener, but even those places must be in the universe, and therefore in bondage to law. So you go to heaven, even it's a heaven. Heaven is a more pleasurable place. Here you get old age, here you get disease, you won't get disease. You don't get old age. Here you have to work hard to earn your money. There you are not to work. Food is supplied all the time free, because your meritorious action is taking. But that is also bound in the rule of time, space, causation. You entered there in a particular time because you did good job and enjoy the period. And then when that good merit will go, and then they will drive away from heaven. They go back to your own work again. So company's job. You are doing good job and company is very pleased and give you a Hawaii, free trip to Hawaii. And 1 month, everything company will take care. So you fun, enjoy. But when 1 month comes ends, then they will say, get out. So you have no more money. The hotel will not keep you free. When you are booked for 1 month and prepaid, then they will give, come sir. And when the day will be over, tomorrow you have to leave at 8 o'clock. Hey, get out 8 o'clock. If you don't go, then you will be forced to go. So this is also the causation, time, space, causation. So even heaven is not a good goal. So neither here, neither there. So what do you want? You want the self. So Swamiji ultimately brings this concept into that is only this little universe. Then, so what is the secret? The knowledge of the secret of work. What we see, that whole one universe is working for that, for salvation, for liberty. From the atom to the highest being, working for the one end, liberty for the mind, for the body and for the spirit. We are thinking that we will be free being in the body. That is the mistake. I will be free limiting myself in the mind. I will be free by desiring to gain this. You are bound there itself. When you say, I want something, you are limited. You think that you are imperfect. Receiving that thing, you will be happy. So, all things are always trying to get freedom, flying away from bondage. The sun, the moon, the earth, the planets, all are trying to fly away from bondage. The centrifugal and centripetal forces of nature are indeed typical of our universe. Instead of being knocked about in this universe, and after long delay and thrashing, getting to know things as they are, we learn from Karma Yoga the secret of work, the method of work, the origination power of work. So, being in this life, through this karma, we get lesson. We get the lesson how to live in the life, and what this world. You cannot. All are trying for freedom. Who does not want freedom? In the children, no? When the children are growing, they think mom and dad are very controlling, no? That's why when the boys and girls, they just finish the school, then they go to college, mom, boom, they all run away from mom and dad. They think that is the freedom. So we all feel freedom, but there's no freedom. Suppose one boy or a girl got out of the mom and dad's eyes, because always say, do this, do that, I control. I don't want any control. I want freedom. Okay, you go. And then you see how being in the world, how much freedom you enjoy. And then you fall in another trap of bondage. And then you want to get out of that bondage. Then you go to another trap. So this is the same way the bondage continues. But karma is to be free from bondage. That's karma yoga. So how to do karma? Not to get entrapped into this bondage. Freedom is the song of the soul. Everyone is trying for a freedom. As my crawling worm, you see a crawling ant, you stop. He wants freedom. Hey, you stop me? I'll go this way. A plant, you stop, it is going towards the light. You cut it and put it this side, it will try this way to go. Even the plant, it wants freedom. And we all want freedom. But freedom is without license sometimes. That is the problem. Freedom means license. I am free to do whatever I like. Yes, you do whatever you like, you get the consequences also. And you feel that it is no freedom, it is bondage. So to learn this through karma yoga, that's also another learning. Karma yoga teaches us that whatever you do, it rotates around and it brings bondage. So you want to be free, then detach from. Do karma, detach. Do karma, detach. And you are serving no one. Don't expect any thanks. You are doing for yourself. You are there and you are serving yourself. So a vast mass of energy may be spent in vain if we do not know how to utilize this in. Karma yoga makes a science of work. You will learn by it how best to utilize all the workings of this world. Work is inevitable. It must be so, but should work to the highest purpose. Karma yoga makes us admit that this world is a world of 5 minutes. That it is something we have to pass through, and that freedom is not here. Karma yoga teaches us that whatever you do, you cannot expect any freedom. It binds you in another, one thing to the another. As we read that in the iron chain, you don't like, you like golden chain. Iron chain is easy to even get out of it. But golden chain, someone cuts the chain, you will hold on to the gold. I like it. So, this karma is very difficult. To holding on, it goes on. So this is the play. Karma yoga makes us admit that the world is a world of 5 minutes, that it is something we have to pass through, and that freedom is not here, but it is only to be found beyond. To find the way out of the bondage of the world, we have to go through it slowly and surely. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, Arjuna was advised by Krishna that you have to go, you have to work. Even the great sages, great kings, they have to work. So without karma, you cannot get out of it. But you go through it, don't look right and left. Just as your train passes through different stations. You just see, watch what it comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. Don't get attached. If you get attached, then you have to come down from the train. First of all, it is a running train. You cannot come out so easily. So when you think that, it is good, and you want to come down, then you have to go somewhere and come back again. go to that place and stuck there for some time, and then you will be dissatisfied. Whatever comes in your life, how much joyful it appears at the beginning, after 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you don't like that place. We all go to Hawaii. Hawaiian people want to come to Los Angeles. Is it not? We go to Canada to see the Niagara and other falls. But Niagara people, those who live there, they are tired of seeing Niagara Falls. They come to see the Hollywood Boulevard. So it's always the play. We go to see Germany, Berlin. Berlin people come to see San Francisco. Everyone is moving like that, seeing here, not there, and there, no, here, no, there. But it is the realm of this ignorance going on. Yeah? So karma cannot take you freedom. You have to get out of karma, means just don't pay that you are doing karma. It is just a journey in life going on, detach, whatever comes in the front, take action immediately and then forget. Take action, forget. Take action, forget. Don't carry. We always carry. Why we become insomniac? Huh? We cannot sleep well. Why? Burden of thought is there. It is hanging me down. Because we carry on, hold on. Swami Vivekananda says, let go thy hold. Sannyasin bold. Say Om Tat Sat Om. So that is the point. Karma Yoga idea. Let go. Only do your action. How many activities you have done before? How many duties have come before you? And you have crossed all those. It's a past memory only. Some memories are very strong, some memories are light. You can make every memory false. Only goal is to reach that freedom. Karma Yoga ideal is freedom. There may be those exceptional persons about whom I just spoke, those who can stand aside and give up the world, as a snake casts off its skin and stands aside and looks at it. There are no doubt these exceptional beings, but the rest of mankind have got to go slowly to the world of work. No, there are people accomplished, those who think that life is a journey. Have it, but don't get attached. But for us, Swamiji said, we should have to go through the work. And the Isha Upanishad says that if you live for 100 years, engage yourself in karma. Don't be idling yourself. But know how to do work. How to do work? Cover it with the whole universe with God, and then do whatever duty comes and offer it to God. Or detach from the result. Detach from the result. So, and then you are free. So, is it not good idea? But Swami Vivekananda's idea is that there may be exceptional people who have already done it. But we are not. We know philosophically, if we think, like a train is moving on, my life is moving on, and things are coming on the right and left, you see. You start from your journey from San Francisco to come to this Union Station here. No? How many beautiful places you will cross through it, no? You go to Seattle from here by train, you see how much varieties of things will come. If you don't get attached, you enjoy. Ah, wonderful. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is mountain, this is good. But you get attached, bam, then it pulls you back. And then you stay stagnant. Your freedom, which was going smoothly, it gets stuck. So karma we will have to do. But how to do the karma and get freedom, that is the point. Anyhow, so karma ideal, then what karma ideal? Karma ideal, Swami Vivekananda says, freedom. Freedom from all shackles of bondage. And what is our major bondage? Our clinginess. I like it. I want it. I want to hold it. I won't let it go. People cry and cry and cry. That's why Vivekananda said, you are crying, why are you crying? Let go. Even, a crude example. In some relationship, I have heard many people, it's bitter and it is not working. that every day is a bitter day. But crying and weeping and holding on. What is there if you does not work? Let go. Let both be happy. I'm not saying that break any relationship, that's not my point. But I'm saying that if it does not work in any way, and holding on to that, and you are crying and weeping, both are crying and weeping, not 1 day, 1 month, 2 months, years and years and years. Someone is angry, someone is beating someone is crying, someone is calling police, this, that, going on and on and on. Still, we are together. Why? Why not have freedom? The main problem comes, my way is the highway. If you say my way is my way, your is your way. I love you, your freedom I accept, you accept my freedom. That's finished. If this agreement is there, why it should be so bad? But no, I am superior, follow me. And then we say, why? Good experience also, bitter experiences also. And bitter experiences creates some impression in our mind, it is not good. I don't want it. I wish I should not go a second time for this. Then detachment comes, renunciation comes. It is a different language. You don't crave for that again. As I give the example, staying whole life in Hawaii, born in that climate, seeing the same water and this volcanic eruptions and all these things around, and the beauty of the nature, whatever you see, you get accustomed to it so much, it is no more pleasing to you. So you want to find pleasure in some other new place. Similarly, in life's karma, whichever it brings, we have to just to do and detach, just move on and on towards freedom. Anything which brings us bondage to avoid. That is not karma. Any karma makes us free. But that will depend upon our mental attitude. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu. He has started with a book, The Parables of Ramakrishna. Tomorrow, Friday. Parables of Ramakrishna. Stories are there, and they are very philosophical also. If you are a soldier and ordered to kill, even if you devote your actions towards God, how do you reconcile this with breaking yama? Breaking yama, yeah. But you should, if you follow the yama principle, yama means yama niyama, meaning like that. Yama is ahimsa. The first point of yama means control. What are the control? 5 controls. Ahimsa, non-injury. Then sattva, holding on to truth, etc. So how do you follow your principle of non-injury? Yes, if you are non-injury by your nature, you should not join in military. Fundamentally, why do you join in military? You are forced some condition, but in normal condition, there is you like combat. And your ideal, maybe I do that. But when you join in that combat and you train yourself warrior, then wherever the command comes, that's the karma yoga. You cannot do anything. That if you really feel that I cannot type of like me, that's we the monks. We take a vow that we will not hurt anyone. Why did you take that vow? So you become a monk. A failure is our failure, but it is there. So similarly, if you take and job demands that, you will have to do that. You have no freedom. So, and as I gave the example, gross example, Arjuna was advised to start fight. And Arjuna didn't want it, like our condition. No, I don't want, I don't want, I don't want. But Krishna says, no. You are born, you learn archery and this and that and competition, and everyone knows you are a best warrior, no? So, after so much, and you came into the war to fight. You declared, even the bugle has been started. And just first war start with the bugle. So, this side you have conch. Shell has been, those days, conch shell, bugle. So one party sounds, then the other party responds. Okay, ready now. So you have done that, and now you are in the middle of the war. I don't like to fight. Your tendency is there, and at your karma, you are not following your principle. So, but it is good because you have the tendency to fight. So utilize that tendency to improve your quality by good cause, by noble cause. And just war goes on. One side is wrong, another side is right. It should be Ravana and Rama. Right and wrong is there. Krishna with all the demons and all this, there is a reason to, and that is the purpose of God to come to destroy the evil, no? That's the purpose of God's coming. So you be a companion in helping that mission. So it is a wise thing to do. That's why here is the ahimsa is the path. You have to kill. In the war field, what will you do? You will take some ice cream and okay, I love you, have a share my ice cream. In the war field, will you do that with your opponent? So that is the way, that war is the war, no? Fight is the fight. Now another question. Life before Karma Yoga teaching was exciting. Now I feel much less joy as my success is actually God's success. My life is duller than before due to Karma Yoga. What to do? Yeah, that means you are following the path of spirituality. That's why your attraction for finding joy from the world is reducing. It is a very natural course. Because you are giving every credit to God. That means you are nobody here. And who don't wants to be nobody here? That means old tendency says, I am somebody. And the new tendency is, no, I am nobody. That means when you are saying nobody, that means you don't belong to time-space causation in the world. Gradually you are going away from this limitation of time, space and causation. You are moving towards inner self. So therefore, that is nothing bad for you, but you have to make a balance. Because you have to live in the world, you need some competition and other things. You externally you show your competition, you show your efficiency, you demand your my financial monetary raise and all these conditions. But internally you know, oh Lord, it is your glory, your glory, your glory. We should not be depressed that much. If we really give it to God and think God is in my heart and God is guiding me, I am talking because of God. I am seeing because of God. I am hearing because of God. Because consciousness, without that consciousness is dead body. This body is a dead body. Dead body is speaking so long, there is consciousness. There is the divine. So we have to think, I have given to my eternal self. I am not losing anything. You are giving somewhere means you are giving to some other outsider and you are becoming a beggar. It is not, you are not becoming beggar. You are becoming richer because you are going back to yourself. So that type of attitude can be kept. Another question, if you have the option to quit a job that is unethical, you should quit. Though, no? I cannot say from outside this question. These are very vital questions. You have to judge in this particular place how is what. And if you have the option to quit a job, again we have just discussed in this Karma Yoga, Swami Vivekananda, no work is good and no work is bad. if you think that every work is a service to God, so you cannot say this is good and this is bad. But if your tendency, you feel that really it is difficult for you to continue that unethical work, try for finding something which is ethical. It's a realistic point, practical life's question. This job does not suit me, let me find another job. Try that way and do where it is ethical. Maybe you may be less paid, but to do some ethical work, if your heart is searching for that, better to do that. Don't bring spirituality there. And then afterwards, with that favorable environment, you can make a better progress. So, I think that is to be, if you have the option to quit a job that is unethical, you should quit. Though I think if you can, and you have the option, you're getting another alternative good job, so you should give up. Why to suffer? And what is the use of being unethical and earn money? Because your character, it shows your character, leaningness to the work, type of work you do. No? Every work has its positive side. Suppose a doctor's life, a nurse's life, is always giving. They give and get some money, but their giving is more important. A dying patient, a sick patient, a person who is crying and weeping in the pain and agonies. If some doctor or nurse goes and gives some consolation, few words of consolation, how it helps the patient. So it is tremendously important to think. It is not so have a noble job. And some job maybe you go and kill that person. I'll give you $100,000. No? There are people, no? They're meant to do, just go and kill and I'll give you this contract. So people do that. They get money also. So if you like that job, go. But if you really feel, no, it's not for me, I can be little less money, but I can do in a better way, you do. But there are people who will be jumping into that to get 100,000 to kill a person. Risking their everything. They know that I may be caught, I may be killed, I may be this, but they, on the expectation of some money, they do that. So we have to decide our life. Okay? Thank you all. Jai Ma, Jai Ma. So tomorrow at 7:30, Swami Atma Vidyananda in the, what is called the parables of Ramakrishna. Thank you.